Hi dear students, dear friends, Oru Kadhai Sollattuma. May I tell you a story? सुन लीजिए और एक सुंदर कहानी from modern India, very important for your civil service exam preparation, prelims preparation. Once upon a time, there was a commercial company which ruled India. Is a European company which came here for commercial monopoly eventually become the ruler of India. That was British East India Company. And the company's administrative reforms, policy formulations, constitutional reforms, all such legislative measures, all such things caused so much sufferings on Indian social classes. The reforms and policies caused sufferings on Indian social classes like Indian farmers, Indian artisans and craft workers, Indian traditional zamindars, women section, soldiers, and the traditional rulers of the princely states, etc. They all suffered by the British East India Company's administrative reforms, policies, etc. And they reacted. Their first reaction was called 1857 revolt. Yeah, it is also regarded as India's first war of Indian independence or Sepoy mutiny. This is again important for your civil service exam preparation. So many times UPSC asked questions from this particular module, this particular topic. So in this great war of Indian independence or 1857 revolt, the farmers participated. Why the farmers participated? Because of the British land revenue policies, permanent settlement, mahalwari settlement, rayotwari settlement. All these land revenue policies, basic objective of such land revenue policies were extract the maximum revenue from the land. Extract the maximum revenue from the land, so it will cause sufferings on farmers and these traditional zamindars. They lost ownership over the land. They have to pay huge taxes, land taxes to British. Also, sometimes they were evicted from the land. They become landless farmers. And they were in the clutches of these moneylenders, or they fell in the trap of moneylenders. So land revenue policies caused so much sufferings on these Indian farmers. Now ruined artisans. British introduced one-way free trade policy. Such free trade policy, commercial policy, was helpful for British manufacturers, European manufacturers and traders. They can sell their products on Indian markets without any restrictions, without any customs duties, etc. They can also buy raw materials from Indian villages for cheaper prices. But Indian goods and services are blocked in European markets. Huge taxes and legislative restrictions imposed upon Indian manufacturers and their goods on European markets. So one-way free trade policy, it encouraged European manufacturers and traders in India. It discouraged Indian manufacturing, Indian manufacturers. So they lost their traditional jobs, they lost income, and obviously one-way free trade policy, it caused deindustrialization, or it caused destruction of Indian cottage industries, and artisans and craft workers become jobless. Zamindars, initially they were owners of the estates. Because of permanent settlement and this sunset law, yes, they lost ownership over the land, and they become landless. Or they were initially owners of estates, now they are not owners of estates, okay. They were left at the mercy of the Britishers. Now deposed rulers, because of, you take care that because of this subsidiary alliance system and doctrine of lapse, okay, because of subsidiary alliance system and doctrine of lapse, subsidiary alliance introduced by Lord Wellesley, doctrine of lapse introduced by Dalhousie. These intention or objectives of such policies were, yes, that is annexation of Indian states, and that is to build up a huge British empire. Through these various policies, they wanted annexation of the princely states of India. They wanted to expand this British empire, okay. So through subsidiary alliance system and doctrine of lapse, this British East India Company annexed many Indian states and they deposed the rulers of the states. Now the rulers of the states, they lost their land, they lost their state, and they have no privilege, no positions now. Ruined craft workers. Of course, I said because of the one-way free trade policy, these craft workers lost their jobs, lost their industries. Okay, they become yes, jobless, and they fell in the trap of that what is called money lenders. I mean, money lenders are lending money on high interest, and there is eventually rural indebtedness. Then these soldiers. Soldiers also, you understand that soldiers also, actually they are farmers in uniform. They were representatives of Indian agrarian sector. Okay, so what all these agrarian reforms directly, it directly or indirectly, it impacted Indian soldiers. They are from this farmer's house, they are from this farmer's village. Okay, or sometimes they themselves were farmers also. Common men suffered from exclusion. British administrative policies were like this. Indians were excluded from top services. Indians were always excluded from top services, and there was always racial discrimination. British always called themselves superior, Indians inferior. So that was also British East India Company's that racial arrogance policies also caused huge disappointment among Indians. Then social legislations, it also disappointed Orthodox Indians. Sati Abolition Act, Widow Remarriage Act, Intercaste Marriage Act, such social legislations and Western education policies, yeah, it directly or indirectly, yes, it was against the customs, traditions, beliefs of the Orthodox Indians. So they also found offended with such legislative reforms and educational policies. Because of these reasons, the people participated in this 1857 revolt. An immediate reason was obviously introduction of Enfield rifle and greased cartridges. Enfield rifle was introduced, greased cartridges were introduced, and the story was like this. You have to bite off that wrapper, okay, and you have to pour that powder into that. So you see that when you bite off that wrapper over that cartridge, there is a grease also. The paper wrapper is with a grease. So a rumor spread in the military camp that this grease is made of cow's fat or pig's fat. Cow is a sacred animal for Hindu soldiers, and pig is a religious taboo for Muslim soldiers. So they refused to use such greased cartridges. Okay, introduction of this compulsory Enfield rifle and greased cartridges, that is the immediate reason why the soldiers revolted. That was the beginning. Then you can see that from Barakpur, yeah, it is from Barakpur, Mangal Pandey, under leadership of Mangal Pandey, March 1857, when they were asked to use this particular, what is called this Enfield rifle and greased cartridges, they refused. Mangal Pandey, the courageous, the brave soldier, belonged to 34th Bengal Native Infantry Regiment. When he was asked to use Enfield rifle, greased cartridges, they refused. And obviously, like you see, there are like shoots on superiors, and finally Mangal Pandey was hanged to death. That was the beginning of this 1857 revolt. Then it spread to Meerut, to Delhi, Kanpur, etc. Okay, then eventually you can see British suppressed that revolt. Now here, there is a question, which of the following is correct about this 1857 revolt? Ruined Zamindar supported mutineers. Doctrine of lapse was introduced to Ali princely states. It is to not to Ali princely states, it is to make them hostile, or it made them enemies of British. Because of doctrine of lapse, many lost their, many adopted sons could not become the rulers. Okay. Immediate reason of revolt was introduction of Ilbert Bill. No, Ilbert Bill, it was in 1883-84. 1857 revolt, you see, that belongs to mid of 19th century AD, 1857. Okay, Ilbert Bill goes to 1883-84. It was purely Sepoy mutiny. No, I said different social classes participated. Different social classes participated. Educated intelligentsia, okay, Indian intelligentsia kept away from this, or they remained neutral. But rest of the classes, many classes participated here. So it is not a purely a Sepoy mutiny. Here the right answer is ruined Zamindar supported mutineers. That is the only apt choice here. So always you have elimination strategy. You can apply elimination strategy sometimes. Extreme keywords or extreme clauses and phrases will help you to eliminate the answer choices. Sometimes the contradictory choices or more than two similar choices, etc. Such options, help you to eliminate these, apply the elimination strategy, and you can reach out the right answer. So go for it and enjoy it. Enjoy this series. Like a story, you learn history. Things are much easier for you. Wishing all the best, and please do subscribe our channel for more quality videos. Thank you.